The composition, it's all good. So good, so good. I don't even know if the whole theme song right now that was playing. I have my Blu-ray going. I'm about to watch this movie film, Back to the Future. Like those people, it is officially the day that Doc and Marty went to the future to save Marty's children and fix his life and all that good stuff in between. Oh my god. Anyways, welcome to a Back to the Future-tastic edition of Worth a Watch with me, Anthony Flores. I mean, this is a movie that was like arguably one of my favorite films of my childhood. I mean, I still have my fucking VHS stuff here, an Alvin and the Chipmunks ripoff, my Blu-rays, and I just picked this up recently. This is pretty fucking sweet. Little hover mode Back to the Future Hot Wheel. It's just a phenomenon on how amazing this movie has traveled and worldwide. People know about it. Just wearing this shirt out today in general, three people just tell me, hey man, that's a cool shirt. I mean, people know what Back to the Future is. People know the amazing quotes. Oh, Doc, are you telling me that you made a time machine out of a DeLorean? Right, Scott. We have to go 88 miles an hour back to the future. And it's so much more than that. There's more than just quotes. The story is what we fell in love with from the beginning, of a boy going back in time, almost getting fucked by his mom, and it's really disturbed if you say it that way, but at the same time making sure that his mom and dad have their future, where he is alive and well. And then in part 2, shit happens to his family in the year 2015, the very same day, right here, right now, that I'm filming this. Odds are you all are probably seeing this sometime after that, but either way, this is something to celebrate just in terms of pop culture. Yes, there are more important things out there in the world, but I am a movie nerd. I love movies, and this is one of my favorite movies of all time. Say what you will about Back to the Future Part 1 and 3, but to me, Back to the Future Part 2 gave me the complexity of just like, this is how time travel is in a lot of movies, but it was so well done in this film. The going back and forth, the production that went behind this, Robert Zemeckis having to pull everything together, getting portions redone just to make some of these scenes happen for part 2 because they crossed over. That alone is a fucking achievement in and of itself. Yes, there were production situations, and there was Crispin Glover's situation, who played George McFly in the first film, but due to whole situations he didn't return because of money or some bullshit. A Terrence Howard situation, if you will. Yes, aside from all those problems that were going on behind the scenes, let alone the first film when they filmed half the movie with the actor Eric Stoltz instead of Michael J. Fox. I could review this movie, but I'm just giving my own personal retrospective, by the way, if you can't tell at this point. I'm not going to go through the entire storyline other than what I've already said. It is a film that is just called a lot of cool shit. The Apple Watches are a thing now. I mean, hoverboards, again, pretty damn close. The Nike shoes are coming this year, apparently. So that's fucking awesome. And even more, like the talking projection screens or talking screens, whatever. Video conferencing, that's what I'm saying. Whew. It's just so well done. Combining the two storylines together. The fact that Marty had to go back again to the 1950s to stop the alternate timeline that Biff created to become a rich asshole. He was already an asshole, but then he made himself a rich asshole, and then from there we have Jesus. There's just one of those complex... This was what gave me the idea of how complex time travel can really be. This movie did it for me. I still was kind of mind-fucked as a kid. Just saying, what the hell is that? I didn't understand. Of course I didn't say that because I was probably like 10 or 11 when I saw it. But it just blew my mind as to how or what can happen next. And I have this movie to thank that gave me my interest in just a lot of movies, and so many memories I have, not just from the actual DeLorean and how badass it is, but not just how the production is nowadays, that I look at it from a technical point of view. I think of this movie as I said, a masterpiece of filmmaking. Robert Zemeckis, Steven Spielberg, and everybody else that worked on this film. All I can say is thank you all. I know none of you will ever see this video, but my God, thank you all so much for creating some of the best characters and one of the best stories and of time travel and comedy and heartfelt friendship. It is truly about friendship in the just whether it was Doc trying to save Marty or Marty trying to save Doc from being stuck in the Old West. I mean, it is at its core a buddy film to me, and friendship is what ties this whole thing together. The fact that Doc and Marty care so much about each other, and that is an amazing morsel of the core of what these movies are, as well as the time travel aspect of what the good and the bad that could happen. We see that a lot within Part 2. The terrifying parallel universe timeline that fucking happens in this. A very just apocalyptic looking place. And also I gotta hand it to Lea Thompson playing all these different versions of herself, and Michael J. Fox playing his future self, his daughter, his kid. My God, the guy was a great, actor in his prime. He still is a damn good actor. It's unfortunate of what happened with him, of course, with his Parkinson's, and we all hope that he just keeps doing the little bit he can nowadays. Christopher Lloyd playing multiple versions of himself, I guess, as well. The 1950s Doc and then the current Doc, and Thomas F. Wilson, one of the best bad guys ever to be put on screen. He's just the when I think bully, I think of Thomas F. Wilson's Biff. Like, he's just such an asshole, cocky prick, and then you just love it when he gets his ass handed to him. He always just ends up getting in manure, and that's the running joke. They got a little tired, I will admit, but overall, it was still good to see that he got his just desserts in the end. The acting, the complexity of the storyline, the intertwining of stories, everything else. Yeah, it's just, I love these movies, guys. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to stop there because, again, it's going to get more redundant, and I do not want to do that for y'all. We all, I'm sure, have enjoyed Back to the Future once or twice in our lives, if not like myself, who's just a huge fan, and I will only enjoy them more as I get older. I will only cherish them more, and I couldn't be more grateful for how these movies got made. The blood, sweat, and tears that went into making these movies, it's just astounding, and Doc and Marty are arguably some of my favorite characters ever in film. So that should do it for my retrospective and thoughts on the Back to the Future trilogy / Part 2. I hope y'all enjoyed it, and I hope y'all have either had or are having an awesome Back to the Future day. So it's official, people. We have Back to the Future Day. That's even more amazing. So thank you all so much for watching. Whether you're in the past, present, or future, I'm Anthony Flores with Worth a Watch, and keep going to the movies.